Well, hey everybody, it's Josh with Resort TV 1, and I'm live to talk about some huge changes at Disney that happened last night, actually late last night, um, with Bob Chapek being fired and asked to leave, and Bob Iger being brought back in to replace him as CEO of the Walt Disney Company. It's huge news and something that nobody was expecting, and I wanted to just take a few minutes to talk about it, and I haven't been live for a couple days and had some time tonight and thought I would come on and chat with you guys and see what your thoughts are on the big news and big developments that nobody was really expecting. So definitely thank you for joining me. I didn't post any announcements about this, so if you're watching the replay, I'm sorry. I didn't really have time to post any announcements. I literally just went live, so but I did want to chat with everybody and see what you think. So if you're new to Resort TV 1, please hit that red subscribe button right below the video. Hit the notification bell so that you get all these notifications of all these live streams and anytime we post a new video. And finally, follow us on social media. We are Resort TV 1 on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. So welcome, everybody. Oh my goodness. Let's go through and see what happens here. Yeah, this one needs some serious music. You're right. All right, so we got several people in here. My goodness, it went quick here. Dadalorian, Micah, Molly and Emily, Dennis, Jacinta, Claire, Ashley, Mandy, Erica. Let's see, Emily, Miss Mouse, Kristen, David, Matt, Disney Fanatic, Leaf, Goofy. Let's see, Dave, Sherry, Chris, Rachel, Scott, who's Bob Chapek, Irene, Victor, Strasburg, M. Morris here, one of our awesome moppers, right on the spot, ready to go. So yeah, lots of cool stuff going on, and the people rejoice. That's right. Yeah. So hey, Liquid Ice, how are you? Yeah, actually, that's right. They just let Kareem Daniels go as well. I don't know as much about him except for I did read he was head over media and over Disney Plus and some of that fun stuff. So yeah. Anyway, hi everybody. Hi Schwartz fan. Hi Resort Budgeting. Kelly, Blue Polo, Richard, Amy, Pixie Dust, DVC Polly, Miss Mama, Fortran, Daniel, Jen, Miss Disney Fan, 2011, Kathy. Let's see, Jay Mercedes, Emily, Imara, Dave. Okay, Bob Jones. Hey everybody. So before we get too far into this, let me go ahead and give my opinion so that it is at the front of the video if somebody's watching the replay. And then I'll see what you guys think and go from there. And I want it to be more of an interactive discussion. I don't want it to be just me talking the whole time because I could go on for a while, but this is going to be a community discussion, and I want to see what you guys think as well. So, first of all, my opinion. I was super excited when I saw the news because I think that Bob Iger did a really good job when he was at the helm of the Disney company. Was he perfect? Absolutely not. But neither was Eisner or any other Disney CEO besides maybe Walt himself, right? And so, I think it's very difficult to be perfect as a CEO ever. Because you've got all the pressures that you have to do. You've got to please the investors, you've got to please, the cast members and the management and, all the different people that work at the company, all the creatives, and all the people that really drive the business in the company. So you've got so many people you've got to try and please. And then you've got to please the guests and the fans and the people who have lived and breathed Disney their whole life, kind of like us. So it's very, very, or maybe even the casual fans that maybe just go once in a while and watch Disney Plus occasionally. So you've got to please a lot of people. And I think that's very difficult when you're a CEO to be perfect. Having said that, my big issue, with Bob Chapek is I think he just didn't seem to really be connected to the mission of the company at Disney. Or at least when he spoke, he never indicated, or in any of his interviews, he never indicated that he was anything other than a numbers guy and just wanted to please the shareholders. He was really only concerned about the business side of things. And how quickly or cheaply could we do something, and make a lot of money. And while as a business, that's great as a business, but as a creative company like Disney, that just doesn't work. And I think Disney finally saw that and was like, this is not working. Every time he goes out in front of people and says something, he just makes everybody mad. And I don't like, 'cause I don't know Bob Chapek. He's probably a very nice person, but I just think, he needs to run a different business that's not so focused on creativity like Disney. So that's my big take on it. I think Iger really understands the heart of Disney, and I think that he, really gets what Disney is supposed to be about. I think he really respects Walt's legacy and really has studied leadership and who Walt is and things like that. So I do think that he will be able to right the ship and put it back where it was. And again, maybe some of the mistakes that people, talk about Iger making at the end of his tenure, he may even be able to rectify those mistakes as he goes on. So anyway, so that's my little monologue here. So yeah, and you can feel free to agree to disagree with me on any of this. I'm not the be all and end all. I haven't studied this as much as some people, but I really, I really do care a lot about it, like a lot of the rest of us do. So I think, here, let's do a stroll. Let's stroll. Where should we stroll tonight? Let's stroll Main Street. Why not? It's always good to stroll Main Street. Where is it? Because I feel like we're talking about Disney. We should be strolling somewhere. So if I can find it, there it is. It's my favorite Main Street stroll. Hold on, let me turn the volume down so I'm not double talking. Be quiet for a minute, past Josh. There, I'll make my picture just a little bit bigger since it's more about us chatting tonight. But that way, there's not just this weird solid background. All right, so. Great for the Imagineers. I feel like Iger really understood how to relate to the Imagineers and creative people. When you're only talking about business and you're talking to extremely creative people like the Imagineers, artists, directors, people that produce, even actors that produce and create things, you've got to know how to treat and deal with those people because, that's the field that I'm in, creativity, the arts. And me being a leader in a very small scale, but me being a team lead, department chair, and all those things, it's different than being the math department chair as opposed to being the arts department chair. There's a whole different set of needs there, and I think he just didn't get that. So, Mom and Dad are here. Hey Jim. Hey Josh Sings. I'm super happy. However, people need to tamper their expectations. Park reservations and Jeannie are here to stay. Yeah, Emily. I think Jeannie's here to stay for a while. I hope that Iger can kind of see some low-hanging fruit, maybe, as somebody on Twitter put it, that, maybe he can say, we could do away, let me turn the volume up here a little bit, we could do away with park reservations and still, be okay at this point. Maybe not Genie Plus, but I think doing away with park reservations and park hopping restrictions would go a long way to make a lot of people happy. Let's see, where else am I at here? I thought it said a lot that Iger wanted to notify cast members before it hit the news outlets. Yeah, that's true. So it shows that he's very focused on cast members. Actually, like Genie Plus, it just needs to change to be more user-friendly. No a la carte. I agree, Miss McMouse. Yeah, it should be no a la carte. Iger has a good mix of business and focused on magic, focus what we need. I agree with that. I agree. Because I feel like Chapek was all business, all numbers, all math. And for some businesses, like I said, that would be fantastic. I think he's a smart guy. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, he's an idiot or this or that, because it's not true. He obviously isn't, or he wouldn't have gotten to where he was. I just don't think that he was a good fit for Disney. He ran merchandise in Disney Store. Don't know why they made him CEO. Yeah, Blue Polo. I don't know. I really don't know. Eisner cared more about the park experience. Well, a lot of the big expansion happened under Eisner, so that's reasonable to say. I just don't think that they're gonna invite Eisner back, or if he even wants it. Back. If they had, I don't know, what do you guys think? If they had offered it to Eisner, or was there a rift there where he would never want to work there again? Yeah, Genie was $29 today. That's pretty crazy. I wasn't. Liam and I went to Magic today, and we weren't going to buy it at that. So we only rode 2 rides and just enjoyed hanging out in the park a little bit. Roy was the numbers guy who kept things running, but he knew to let Walt be the face of the company. Right? There's nothing magical about finance. Thina, that's exactly right. There is nothing magical about finance. Yeah, and Roy was so good about that. But also, here's the thing. Roy was Walt's brother. He was also a personable guy, and he did really, really well, even after Walt passed away and he took over. But so he was still way more personable than I think Chapek is. But at that same time, yeah, he knew Walt was the creative. I'm going to tell you, we can't do this. We can't build a dome over the park, Walt, because there's not money for that. You can't do that. But those are the kind of things that, Roy could kind of gently keep Walt's, awesome ideas in check and maybe more realistic. And I think that, there needs to be that. So maybe Iger needs to, kind of have, if I were to take over, which I will never do this because I have no experience in business, but if I were to take over with that position, I would hire 2 people to be directly under me. One super, super creative person who's only worried about creativity, and another who was the business finance mind. And I would have those 2 people, and then I would try and make the decisions based on advice from those 2 people. And that'd be very difficult, but you need both of those 2 people to be under you. It's kind of like having a defensive and an offensive coordinator. So yeah. Anyway, I want the dining plan back. What are some of Iger's past contributions to the Disney parks? That's a great question, David. I don't have a list of those right off the top of my head, so I don't know. I know there was a lot that happened in his 15 years. Well, a lot of things that were built and a lot of things that did well. I mean, Galaxy's Edge, Rise of the Resistance, that were really, really well done, and a lot of projects that were started. I mean, he was there when Tron started, but obviously it's still not finished yet. So, there's stuff like that. Bring back fast passes. Let's see what else is going on here. What's everybody say? I doubt Eisner would come back. He's over 80. And that might be. He just may want to enjoy his retirement. Like, just leave me alone. Let me enjoy my retirement. I'm sure he's not hurting for money. So I'm sure. And you know what? Honestly, yeah, don't feel bad for Bob Chapek. He's going to be okay. He got a lot of money. He's going to be just fine. I'm sure he just needs to turn off the news for a few days and he'll be fine. It's not like, somebody else getting fired from a job, where you don't make millions of dollars for a severance. This is not quite the same thing. I think Chapek's tried. He just didn't balance the parks with Disney. Plus, you can't go in all in on one over the other. That's true, just Kyle. You can't. And I do think the CEOs of Disney just seem to always be more concerned about, in the past, even Iger, I think, was a little bit more concerned about streaming and movies than the parks. I think Eisner was the best parks, CEO, but obviously, like I say, he's not coming back. So, Mr. Receiver says, hearts for the loss of your dog. Yeah, and a couple other people said that too. It's been really hard, and I don't want to get into it because I'll get upset. But thank you for that. It's been very hard. I don't think I've ever had to do anything so hard in my entire life, because he was with us for 15 years. I mean, anyway. So yeah, my dog did pass away Saturday night. He was older, and we were knowing that he was going to pass at some point. But I just thought he had like a couple more months left, and I was wrong. So anyway, but yeah, does Disney have enough staffing of cast members to do away with getting rid of park reservations? That's a great question. I don't think it would be that much different than it is now. I think the park reservations are almost wide open most of the time anyway. So that's a good question. I think it's helped with the international cast members coming back. Hopefully they can continue to hire more people. I know there's still a lot of people unemployed in Orlando, so hopefully they can find a way to, match some of those people with jobs. So I would hope that would help. But either way, I mean, I don't know a lot about a lot of this stuff, but I just feel like, anyway. All right, so. Let's see. We don't need Eisner expansion. We need better storytelling. Yeah, and I feel like that was one of the things that Iger said to the cast members in his email. I read the email he sent. He talked about being the best storytelling company out there. Do you think Iger can smooth out or reverse the Reedy Creek fiasco? Yes. Without getting into politics much, yes. Iger can totally smooth that out because he's smart. And Iger, let's be honest, Iger's a little bit better politician than what Chapek ever was or will be. So yeah. Let's see what else. Josh tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously I've met Josh. He's a very nice guy. Obviously you have to say Josh did green light some of these things that, or even have the ideas or wherever the ideas came from. So, some of these things that we don't like. So you got to say that probably, there's some fault there for sure. Yeah, Iger needs to focus on what's going to compete with Epic Universe. 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. JL had a super chat real quick. Sorry, I'm getting stuck in some things here. I love reading these chats. Hearts for your dog. We just lost Jason David Frank the same night. Yeah. I think I was reading that. Just before my dog passed away. It was probably 10 o'clock. And I found him just a couple minutes later. So anyway, very, very, very hard. Yeah. So anyway. Oh, sorry to hear that, Lori. Yeah, anyway, sorry, I didn't want to get off topic there. But, yeah, we wish dogs lived as long as people. But, unfortunately, it's just not the way it goes. So, thank you, Sherry. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Ruth. Let's see an Imagineer Joe Rohde as head of the parks. Oh my goodness, that would be incredible. Yeah, if Joe would come, in, or any of the Imagineer, really the very experienced Imagineers. Yeah, let's 100% do that. Bob Chapek is a business guy. He's tough. He got the Disney company through the pandemic and kept the company from going bankrupt. Yeah, I agree. I think Chapek did keep the company going during the pandemic. I think there are a lot of people that could have done that. I'm not one of these people that says everything Bob Chapek did is bad. I just don't think he loves Disney. I just don't get that sense that he's really... You almost have to have somebody that just really loves Disney, and I don't know why. I feel like Iger actually loves Disney, so I just don't really know. Here, I need to change this over before the Kiss Goodnight starts. Let's go to Epcot. Okay, they should remove park reservations and make it first come first serve. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, park reservations are only a only a counter at this point. Yeah, I think that would. Chapek micromanaged Disney. Yeah, you can't blame Josh tomorrow. No, he was following his marching orders, and hopefully with Iger, yeah, Josh we'll see what Josh really wants to do. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's got their people, their marching orders, their people they have to please, and all this. Look at this. Is old Epcot with the what do you call them, the tombstones they used to call them there, but the leave a legacy stones. Yeah. So anyway, oh, sorry to hear that your neighbor lost a fur baby. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, we're not going to get a new dog anytime soon. It's just, we just can't right now. But I don't know. I just didn't think it was going to happen. So yeah, Steph did not have the best birthday. That's for sure. Yeah. 'Cause, he passed away on her birthday. So, but, he was happy even the last day. Like we came home from Steph's birthday out in the parks, and he was just still happy. He had a good last day, so that's good. He was the happiest dog I've ever known, honestly. Anyway, so let's see here. Do you truly feel the CEO makes the decision on a lot of things that change in the company? Yeah, I think he made a lot more decisions than what people might think. But yeah, day-to-day running of the parks, no, obviously the CEO doesn't do that. But I think the CEO sets the tone for things, right? The CEO sets the tone for the company, and I think that's really, really important. So, when you set the tone as we're all dollars and cents and make sure your department hits the budget and blah, blah, and that's important. You can't run a business without that. But when that's the tone, the magic goes away a little bit. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, see, this is the thing. Theo, first of all, you didn't have to send a super chat. That was a really, really good comment. But thank you so much. From an Iger memo sent today, I've asked Dana Walden, Alan Bergman, Jimmy Pitaro, and Christine McCarthy to work together on the design of a new structure that puts more decision-making back in the hands of our creative teams. Yes, that is what Disney needs. Because the creativity is what drives the company. The finance people, just like Roy was, it's their job to make it happen, right? It's their job to keep the company moving. It's not the other way around. It's not the finance people's job to tell the creatives what to do. And when that happens, Disney starts to look like a machine, and that's just never going to work. So, makes me appreciate the change to the park entrance, seeing this old, I like the new entrance to Epcot. Yeah, he does set the goals for sure. Thank you, Amy. Appreciate that. Do you think Iger will bring back some Magical Express or Lightning Lane, including Park Mission? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think Iger would be very smart to bring back some of these things that people want to see. Maybe even just do away with park reservations. Because even doing away with Genie Plus, it's probably not going to happen. But doing away with Genie Plus would actually probably end up making more money just because people would appreciate Disney even more in that way. But, again, what do I know? CEO sets the mission and drives the vision. Exactly. Mission and vision. I love it. Yep. We talk about that sometimes at school for sure for our department. I think Josh tomorrow would be a great future CEO. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I hope so. I think so. Like I said, I've actually had the pleasure of meeting Josh. He seems like a very nice guy. And I feel like I'm a pretty good judge of people. And I think Josh truly loves Disney too. Josh is not perfect. I'm not one of these people that will say that. But again, he's got people he has to report to. Needs somebody that loves Disney, and I think Iger does, exactly. I never got the sense that Chapek had ever had a sense of awe or wonder about Disney, right? So you've got to have somebody that does that. I don't think you need a fan in charge. That's why, I don't think you need to get a Disney fan, because the Disney fan's going to do what Disney fans want, which is great, but that may not be the best business decision all the time, and it may not be the best, thing to keep the company going. Do you think Disney will be able to complete with an epic universe? That's a great point. I think my biggest concern with Disney right now is if you're creating this factory mentality with things a lot of times, what's going to end up happening is that those of us, like myself and my generation, Jenna, a lot of you guys out there watching, those of us who became Disney fans in the 80s and 90s and take our kids and maybe get their kids interested eventually and stuff like that, that's going to fade away eventually if the magic continues to go into more of a produced budget cut type of a thing. And it's going to be, we got to go to Disney once and then that's good enough. And that's not going to be a must-do thing at some point. So, I think it's very, very important that Magic comes back before they lose a generation of Disney fans. JL, let streamers stream on Disney Plus. That'd be great, JL. Thanks for the $5 super chat. Have you heard layoffs at cast members that recently announced? No, I haven't heard about that. Somebody made the joke that Chapek was the first layoff, but yeah, I don't know. Guests are now used to all the fees, won't go away, look for more creativity. Yeah, hey, howdy, hey, I think you're right. Although, again, I do think that making more money for the sake of making more money is not always a good thing. Iger isn't great, but he'll do for now. Yeah, I don't think he's perfect, but I do think he's had 2 years out, or 3, how long has it been? 2 or 3 years? I don't know, 2 years, I guess, out. I think he's had a lot of time to look at some of the things Chapek's done. I think he's ready to change some things up. You know, nobody's perfect, but everybody, I feel like, can learn, and I think he did. Yes, Disney has became what it was because of Imagineers, visionaries, Imagineers, and turning the finance people and saying, make it happen. Yes, that's it. You have to do it that way, or it doesn't work. Free pass so we can all enjoy. Yeah, I agree with that. That was the whole point of FastPass. It wasn't to charge extra. Part of me always says if you need to make more money, embed it in the other costs that people are always paying. You know, if you really need to make more money. It's like when they did the hotel parking charge, I kind of scratched my head and went, if you really wanted to make more money on the hotels, just increase the room rate. Because nobody's going to remember that. Yeah, price increases are bad no matter what, but why would you do that? Anyway, speaking of this, I'm going to be on tomorrow. I'm actually going to be on News Nation tomorrow around 9:30 a.m. talking about some of these very same things. So if you have News Nation and you want to tune in, I'll see you there. So that'll be kind of fun. Iger started all the problems. Yeah, you know, I don't know. I mean, maybe we could say that, but hopefully he's learned something. I just feel like he loves Disney, and I hope that that means good things for the company. I also feel like again, he's going to put some control in the creative people's hands, and that's a good thing. So yeah, again, Iger's not perfect, but I think he's way better. What are your thoughts on the announcements of D23? Do you see them going through with Iger after he's gone? Oh, jeez. You know, what did they really announce? I mean, they like something might happen beyond Big Thunder Mountain. Like I'm sorry, that wasn't great. It just wasn't great. So we'll see. D23 wasn't great. So, I mean, I hope that the next D23 Parks panel is going to be incredible. I think Iger was probably sitting back watching that going, what's happening right now? This is not good. Let's see. The absolute easiest thing Iger can do to get an immediate boost from park fans is to remove the time limit for park hopping. Yeah, Thorin, I agree. Like, do something. Give some people a bone somewhere. Hey, Mike Wheeler, how are you? Let's see. Okay, I'm just going. Numbers would say that Disney isn't necessarily losing to Universal yet. Nostalgia is pulling more to Universal than Disney with the price, and nostalgia kids will grow up Universal. It could happen, and Disney needs to be very careful. I'd like to not have to use a spreadsheet to plan a vacation. I agree, Jeremy. It should be easier. And also, you know, there was somebody, was it an influencer, a star that has way more followers than we do? I don't know. That said that they had to be like on their phone the entire time when they were at the parks at Disneyland. I think that's not a good thing either. So, you know, it makes it complicated. Chapek did not love Disney. Disney is not an object to manage. It is a living, breathing force of life. Disney leadership requires stewardship and dedication to something larger. Amy, 100%. Yes, exactly. Seems like a small thing, but bring back merchandise shipping to the resorts would be a huge improvement. I've seen many things in the stores I would buy but didn't want to carry all day. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I'm sure they ran the numbers and it didn't work, but the thing about Disney is it's a premium experience. You're paying a premium for it. You expect to get a premium experience. You can't run a premium experience on a shoestring budget and expect people to pay double for it. It will eventually catch up with you. It hasn't yet. And if you went today, I saw my Twitter post, it was 4-hour wait for a 7 Dwarfs Mine Train, but it will eventually catch up with them. Let's see. Genie Plus needs to be complimentary to on-site hotel guests. You know, I agree with that. I could see that. You know, and that doesn't help us as AP holders, but I understand we can go anytime. You know, and maybe we can just buy it whenever. But everything announced for WW at D23 felt like threats. I don't know about that, Brandon, but I'm glad you're here. I don't know. We'll see. I was in charge when the hotel parking fee started. Yeah, no, Tim, you're right. You're right about that. Let's see. They renamed the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse. They reimagined the Swiss Family Treehouse after all that. I'm not sure what you mean, Dapper Canuck. The one at Disney World is still the same. But yeah, do you think he would listen to the fans of Disney? I do, and actually, Iger's on Twitter. Iger sees Diz Twitter, so you know, I think he kind of has some ideas here. Iger's only agreed to come back for 2 years. So yeah, D23 was a clear sign that creative was being strangled, so hopefully creative back front and center. I agree with that. Yeah, D23, it was like, we didn't let our Imagineers do anything, but here's some stuff that, like, here's a couple things we let them do. Here's a couple bones we threw them. So yeah, that was rough for sure. Let's see here. All right, so anyway, let's see. Oh, they got 1,000 people watching. That's pretty awesome. Thanks for being here, guys. I had no idea how many people were watching. I haven't really been looking at it. Let's see, what else? In Chapek's defense, he inherited a lot of debt, came on during a difficult time. Iger's departure also felt calculated. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that. I don't disagree. Excuse me. I don't know for sure. Having Chapek be the fall guy, I've heard that too. Yeah, we'll see. What happens? We'll see how Chapek, Iger. We'll see how Iger manages it. What he does and what he says will be a huge indication of what the plan was. A big reason I moved back to Texas after living in Orlando, downfall of Disney and the park experience. Yeah, it's sad for sure. It was not a good look. The first change was to raise Genie Plus rates. So Mike, Iger didn't do that. That was already set in place. They already had set in place demand-based pricing for Genie Plus before Iger came back on. He literally came back on yesterday. So whatever happened this morning was not Iger. So I don't think you can blame him for that. That was it could have been, honestly, it could have been Josh tomorrow. You know, I mean, who knows who made that decision? But yeah, they went to demand-based pricing a long time ago. I was kind of a fan of Genie Plus when it was $15. And just have it be first come first serve. So it'd be fine with me. You have to realize that changes to the parks are unlikely. The crash in stock was caused by Disney Plus not meeting projections. The parks, however, are doing quite well. That's true, and Emily, I've seen people say that too. It's a valid point. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I've heard that too, for sure. When Disney sticks to what made it magic, Disney wins. Attention to detail in every way. The quality will bring the dollars. Yes, and Walt said that. Quality will out. That's it. And you can see that at Disneyland. You can't always see it at Disney World, but you can see it at Disneyland. I remember going to Disneyland for the first time in several years back in 2019, and I was just amazed with the attention to detail and the quality. Sarah J's here. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. All right, what am I missing here? Disney is so much more than the parks, but the parks are the face most people see. Yes, ABC, ESPN, the studios, and ESPN's not doing well either. So yeah, it has turned a lot of people away, for sure. I think they can fix it, but they just have to be really, really careful. They have to kind of toe the middle ground there. Similar to what Jenna and I do, I think too. On a much smaller scale. But you have to stay out of the current events, the politics, all that kind of stuff. I don't think they had a choice, in some of the stuff, but you have to stay out of that as much as you can, and you have to be able to, you have to be able to balance everything. You can't, I don't know. You just can't stray too far from the center. I think on what you're doing. You can't stray too far from your true north. Maybe that's what I'm saying. Charge for parking when you're already paying for a hotel makes no sense unless you're looking to make revenue. Yeah, Chris, agree. I mean, again, you want to charge $10 extra a night, probably nobody would notice that. But yeah, easy changes. Cancel park reservations and no time restrictions on park hopping. Agree. 100% agree. They figured it out before. Why can't they figure it out now? Again, here's why they keep this in place. They want to see where to staff people. And I saw somebody on Twitter say that they're understaffing it on purpose. I don't know. I don't know that. But yeah. Just please, everyone don't expect any price drops. Oh yeah, there's not going to be any price drops for sure. Let's see. Let's see. Trish Wright. Resort TV 1 is 1. Okay, cool. I missed that. Let's see. What else? Could not make a solo trip, hotel, and tickets elsewhere the last 5 years because my party side. I must have missed that. The worst part about the hotel parking fee is reasoning that other hotels in the area have already been doing the same. Yeah, that's not a good... Well, they're doing it too. I know, I never really like that as a justification for anything. It's like he started it. It's like, come on, guys. It's incredible that Iger is coming back from retirement to correct these issues. Such great news for cast members. Yeah, and I feel like the cast members, love Iger probably more too. And again, I'm not saying he's perfect. There isn't and never has been a perfect person to lead a company ever. Iger's back to coach its successors, merging the Disney full vision and all the micro things that is all to be successful. From Chris Caps, $5. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that. Yeah, could be. What's the update on the Toy Story restaurant in DHS? I haven't heard anything about that, honestly. Oh, gee, am I talking still? I should not be talking. Okay, is it double Josh talk? We need to stop that. Be quiet, past Josh. All right, so just got the alert now. No worries. Let's see. I was on Team Disney Cruise Line under Chapek. I felt like had Chapek's tenure gone any longer, the more Disney fans would probably go on a cruise. More true Disney fans would probably go on a cruise or Alani. Oh, really? Interesting. So you thought he was good for it somehow? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, everybody to each their own. Or maybe I misunderstood. Universal's looking better and better. Well, I think Universal's got a big advantage. Universal doesn't have to be Disney. Disney has to live up to a high standard, and that standard is Disney. They're their own standard, right? They created this insanely high standard that unfortunately they aren't living up to right now in a lot of ways. And I know, listen, I do think that a lot of people at the company are doing the best they can. You know, I know the cast members are, okay? So let's take that out of the equation right away. I know the cast members are doing the absolute best they can with what they have. And probably a lot of the lower middle management are doing what they can as well. But I think that Disney has to stop worrying so much about every single dollar. And they have to start really thinking about bringing it back to being a premium experience. You know, the park should never be dirty, and I've seen that a lot more lately, right? Disney was always just this super clean mecca of perfection, and you knew if you went to Disney, no matter how crowded it was, they'd have it clean right up, just that kind of stuff, or quality on rides, or having rides not break down, that kind of stuff. So yeah, let's see here. They need to include all resort guests as part of extra magic hours. Yeah, no, I agree with that too. I do agree. They're trying to make it more worth your while to stay at a premium resort. Oh, who remembers these little fiber optic things here? Side note. That's really fun. But yeah, I agree with that. I think they're just trying to make it like less people. But yeah, it does seem to nickel and dime people to death. And a lot of families can't afford the deluxe resorts. I know we never could really, unless it was one night. I think they're saying the cruise line didn't see a drop in quality of service like the parks did. Maybe that's true. They keep building more cruise ships. Maybe they see more of a return on revenue there. I'm not really sure. Biggest problems with park reservations, it gives Disney too much information. Yeah, it can let them minimize output and maximize income, which, makes good business sense. But yeah, you're right. Chapek must have made out like a bandit, though. He just signed a new contract. That's true. Yeah, 100% he did. I think, what was it, $25 million or something? Yeah, Brandon, I was talking about that earlier. Phantasmic Gears, yeah, $29 today. And I was at Magic Kingdom and flat out refused to buy it with Liam today. We just went to have some fun. What if anything should stay in place that has changed over the past couple years? Ooh, that's a great question. Boy, I don't know. I'll have to think about that. What that's changed over the years. I was doing an Ask Me Anything on Reddit earlier, on the Walt Disney World Reddit. One of the things I said, one of the best changes lately I've seen to the parks is how fast the security is now. I know that's such a small thing, but I think it works really well. So I don't know. I can't think of a lot of other things. Let's see. Sorry about the passing of the dog. Yeah, Ellis, it's been really hard. I'm trying to keep my mind off of it right now. Michael Eisner was great at heading Disney. Yep, for sure. Simon R, $10. Thank you to Josh from Resort TV 1. Here's $10 for some refreshments next time. Do you think that 2 years will be long enough for sustainable change? Yes, I do. I think it'll be long enough too, and I think they got to start thinking about who's going to be next. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Josh, but they got to start training that person and putting that person, kind of through the paces, so to speak. And again, I really think there needs to be a right and a left-hand person at Disney, a creative and a financial. You could even do 4. You could have the senior leadership team. I know you've got the finance directors and all those people and whatever makes up the C-suite team or whatever you want to call it, but you could have a creative and a financial person for the media side of things, the Disney Plus, the movies, everything else, and then you could have the creative and financial side of things for the parks as well. I think that would work really well. I think we'll see is the return of quality in some areas, particularly food and merch, but that's probably the extent of it. They won't be getting rid of anything that's making them more money. Yeah, I agree, Emily. Walt had a bigger vision than most of them ever, so yeah, they do need to refocus on the magic. 100%. They all need to read some Walt quotes, seriously. Disney is the standard, and they need to go back to that. Focus on being Disney, and everything will fall in line. Need to spend more money to make money, but focus on the parks. Yeah, Walt knew that. You have to spend money to make money. I actually think Apple knows that. Whether you love or hate Apple, they make a very good product. You know what I mean? Like when you get an iPhone, you know that it's going to work well. You know it's going to be made of really good materials. You know it's going to work well. You know it's going to be an iPhone. It's going to be consistent. I think Apple has, and they make so much money, but I think Apple has that down pretty well. Do they have their problems? Absolutely, but if you buy a MacBook, you know it's going to be a MacBook. Sometimes if you buy a PC, I'm sitting here streaming on a PC right now because I built it, but sometimes you buy a PC, you don't know what you're going to get. Is it going to have 2-hour battery life? Is it going to have, are the things going to work, whatever. So I think Apple's got that down pretty well, and I think Disney needs to kind of get back to that. Anyway, in 2 years, not Disney. Oh, oh, Kyle, that's so funny. Yeah, like, that would be really cool, but I wouldn't want that job, my goodness. And honestly, I'd probably run the company in the ground because I'd just rebuild Horizons and all kinds of cool things. So, they wouldn't make any money because I'd just spend it all. The one thing about the reservations, it made planning easy on what parks you wanted to see. That's true. I just liked the spontaneity of it. When I was a kid, we just went wherever we wanted to go. Iger and Frank Wells was an amazing pair. Yeah, for sure. Greg, for sure. Let's see. I think what Iger has that Chapek didn't is Iger came from nothing from ABC and feels... Oh, I missed it. Hold on just a second. And feels a deeply personal connection to all things Disney. Never got that feeling from Chapek. Yeah, Chapek was at the company for a long time. I don't know. I just don't feel like he's as emotionally attached to Disney. Is Disney Cruise profitable? The company's loss for the financial year is $255 million. Profit in 2019, 406. Yeah, I don't know, Dapper Canuck. That's a good. I don't know the numbers that well. I didn't really look up the numbers here. A backup person in case something goes wrong with the current CEO that knows what they're doing. Yeah, Liam, for sure. Let's see. Michael Eisner had Frank Wells. Yeah, exactly. Yep, Greg mentioned that as well. Bottom line, it's still very hard to be the face of a company and brand name that is so big and do it well. Yeah, it would be very, very hard to be the face of Disney. It really would be. Do you think they're going to try and win back pass holders now? Chapek made it clear he didn't care for pass holders. Oh, agree. I mean, I hope they do. I really hope they do. Apple has consistency, so important. Disney needs consistency. Exactly. And like I said, Apple spends money making the phones. They make a good phone on purpose. When Disney spends money, I spend money. It's that simple. I'll keep going back if they keep the quality up. Just raising prices isn't sustainable. 100%. That's right, Theo. They should care a bit more about the experience than just money that they make from the movies. Yeah, exactly. Disney still needs to reduce attendance. So in my opinion, prices need to go way up, but only if they bring back all the quality and magic. Magical Express dining plan, those were important extras. I see what you're saying. We got Ken in here, our developer. So and that is one way to reduce the crowds is to raise prices. My only issue with that, Ken, is that, and by the way, everybody say hi to our awesome developer, Ken. My only issue with that is Disney was supposed to be something families could enjoy together and something that, that not everybody, but something that most people could afford. And so that's my only issue with that. So anyway, but I do understand what you're saying for sure. Let's see. You cannot have financial and creative people as the same. And Disney is a creative property, so you need creative person and fiscal people to review. Exactly, Blue Polo. That's it. Creative has to be first, 100%. Tell the stories, make the rides, make it amazing. You've got people to do it. That's the thing. There's nothing wrong with the Imagineers, except for the ones that left because they were being stifled. Imagine if you're an artist and you're a Picasso, Michelangelo, Da Vinci, one of the Ninja Turtles. I'm just kidding, but imagine if you're one of those people and you were just completely creatively stifled, or Mozart was told he couldn't write the pieces he wanted to write. It's not the problem with the genius of the person. The problem is they're being stifled by money, by resources. So yeah, $5 says Apple should bring back the iPods. That's interesting, JL. I don't know if a lot of people would want an iPod now, just because you could just get the phone and it does everything. I don't know. It's a good point. Let's see. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Get rid of the barges. Oops. Hello. Let's see. What else can we do here? Where else can we? Here, let's stroll World Showcase. That'll be fun. And let me turn this down. Be quiet, past Josh. We can't afford to go as it is now, hoping they make it more affordable. Yeah, Brittany, for sure. They need to expand the parks. Yes, they need a fifth gate. I know it's probably not going to happen anytime soon, but they need a fifth gate. They've needed one for a few years now. It just needs to happen. There's room all over the place. They're only using 1/3 of the land, from what I understand, and they have to keep 1/3 for conservation. But yeah, it 100% needs to happen. Stop wasting money on live action remakes. Yes, I agree with that. I don't know how well they do. Are they worth it? Are they actually performing well? Like, let's tell some new stories. We need new stories, and I think let the creative people figure that out. We'll all be horrified to see people constantly looking down at their phone rather than up at Magic. Agreed, 100% agreed, and I am guilty of that. I mean, I stream through a phone, but yeah, I'm guilty of being on my phone sometimes at the parks too much too. Let's see. Attendance would go down if they dropped the reservation system. Honestly, it's a scare tactic to get people to book their trips early. I don't know about that. That's an interesting point, Brandon. I don't know about that. We'll have to see. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Disney needs to focus again on the magic. I get that they want to make money, but people are drawn to it. You forget about the outside world when you're there. I agree. Curious if buying the ship was the final straw. Which ship? They built a ship. Not sure. Apple should also bring back the Apple II. Yeah, wouldn't that be fun? Or, Radio Shack should bring back the Tandy. By the way, I got to get out to this old Radio Shack place that's going to close in Orlando here soon. All right, I need to get some more. I need to get some new relaxing strolls. See if I can find some other things here. How many people we got watching still here? Wow, still over 1,000. That's pretty amazing. Thanks for being here, guys. And again, I want to know your thoughts. This is why we're doing this. So thank you for being here. I have a far better way to reduce crowds. Discount Hotel says 2 days a week with no park stays. Sorry, Discount Hotel stays 2 days a week, no park access those days. They can get discount on resort restaurant shops, earn Disney money while cutting attendance. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's back to the reservation system. I get that. I wouldn't like to see more restrictions though. I feel like when you reach capacity, you need to build more. That's just me. Here's my other thought. I think they need a Disney in Texas. It's in the South. The weather's pretty good. There's a lot of people in Texas, and I feel like I know some people from Texas have told me they don't know how well it'll be received, but you could build it unique. But I feel like there needs to be a third, even a third park in the U.S. It's so popular here, so that would be interesting, and that would take away some of the pressure for sure. Iger would not have approved those barges. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. A lot of people abuse DAS instead of buying Genie, especially locals. Yeah, I don't know about that. We certainly don't, but yeah, it's unfortunate if people do that for sure. We know a lot of people who do really need that, and yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I haven't seen that as much lately, but I don't pay, I guess, that much attention. But you'll need to remember Henry Ford, who said, if I asked people what they wanted in a car, they would have said they wanted a faster horse. Yes. When I went to Ford's garage the other day, they had that quote on the wall. Ford's garage for dinner here. The Apple IIe. Dapper Connect, that's funny. Can you explain the reservation system as it now and how it works? I mean, the reservation system, since the reopening for COVID, is just you go online, you pick a park, and you reserve it. You have up to 5 reservations. Used to be only 3, so it's nice that for annual passes, at least if you get the top one, you can get 5. Or if you buy tickets ahead of time, you can reserve. If you buy a hotel stay and tickets ahead of time, you can reserve your whole stay. So yeah, just throw all your money in the bushes. I'm a teacher like you and could not afford to go to the park. It needs to be accessible to more people from lower income. I agree. Here's the interesting thing about that too. I probably wouldn't be able to afford to come down here very often if I was still living in Indiana. The reason we can afford to go is because I can go home at the end of the day. I heard last night at Magic Kingdom there was music, sweet music, and the cast members were singing and swinging. Yeah, David, I did hear that, and I also saw some reactions in Disneyland too. People were excited, so we'll see. Reservations should only be for those not staying on property. I can agree with that. But the problem is then they don't get accurate information on the amount of people that are going to be there. They used to somehow survive without it. But yeah, I think what's more likely is that reservations will drop off for people staying on property, and annual pass holders will have to be the ones that make the reservations. And I guess that's okay. Yeah, I get it. I mean, we can come anytime, so that's the deal. But you do get the lawsuits of people that that say, well, your ticket said I could come any day. So anyway, let's see. Time to remember the magic. Yep, for sure. Years ago, everybody in Dallas-Fort Worth thought Disney was buying up land around Waxahachie. Sorry, I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Turned out to be the Super Collider. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, they used all that land for the Super Collider thing. Did they ever finish that? I saw that was one of those things they had to finish. Maybe now they'll bring back the Bay Lake boats. That would be cool. Yeah. What do you want to see Iger do? Mike Thomas. I want to see park reservations and park hopping restrictions 100% removed. I want to see, honestly, I know it's not going to happen, but I want to see Genie Plus go away. I want to see Fast Pass come back. I think that would foster a lot of goodwill. I mean, I'm sure they're making too much money on it to do it now. I'd rather see them do more after hours things and have the regular day be you buy your ticket and that's all you have to buy. And then if you want an extra experience and Disney wants to make extra money, sell an overpriced after hours event. Give people some free Cokes and some free Mickey bars. Sell it for $150 and, people will still buy it because they want to go on rides, with less weight and with less people in the park. I think that solves a lot of problems. I don't have a problem with the after hours because you can still go and choose not to go to an after hours event. I think that's what I would do. Let's see. What else? We did one day with Hopper. Family of 4 cost us a little under $1,000. Wow. Oh my goodness, Rachel. Yeah, it is. We just stayed at the Pauline. They've taken down the signs for the boat, so I don't think they're coming back. I mean, they can always put the boats back up, yeah, but who knows? I hope they drop the 2 p.m. restriction, 100%. Even if they moved it to noon, it would be great. I don't know. The Super Collider was given up because of fire ants. Isn't that crazy? Chapek was asked about the price hikes, and his answer was following the consumer. In other words, if people keep paying, we'll keep raising them. 100%. 100%. Why would you as a business, lower your prices when it was working? Yeah, when people are still coming. I think they built it was too small to produce results. Yeah, it could be. I just didn't think they finished it. I thought it was too ambitious, too big. Things can only get better with Iger coming back. I'm a pass holder for years, and Disney's never been this bad since Chapek took the throne. Yeah. I think Disney needs to build another park in Florida to compete with Epic Universe. Simply putting up a new roller coaster here and there won't compete. Well, especially when it takes 4 years to build the roller coaster. I'm 100% with you. Thanks. Hey, Danger Mouse Dean. Genie Plus was an Iger idea, so it's not going anywhere. Are we sure it wasn't a Chapek idea? Because Chapek was the one in charge of the parks at the time. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't have a citation on that, so I don't know. Hey, Serrano. What attraction from the international parks do you see coming to Walt Disney World? No idea. I don't know. I actually just hope they build something new. Iger will be looking to acquire a company to strengthen presence in the metaverse or something. I give him a year to nail something down. Maybe, maybe I could be wrong, but I don't think this meta thing is going to really go because people just don't want to do it. People aren't as interested. Maybe eventually. I just think it's too soon. I hope Iger has time to fix the parks. He'll be busy with Disney Plus. Yeah, I agree, Mitch. That's it. I know that's why they brought him on. So we'll see. Love your candid input. Thanks, Sarah. And listen, I love Disney. I'm being honest about a lot of things, but I do love Disney, and I'm optimistic about this. I think this was a good choice. Any mention of updating some of the animatronics in Magic Kingdom? Yeah, I don't know. Obviously Iger just started yesterday. His like Mitch said, his first goal is to get Disney Plus stabilized and get it to stop bleeding. Hey, Heather. Disney gets soda free from Coke. We shouldn't be paying $5 for a soda. I agree. I will say on the other side of things, Disney's very expensive to run, and everything's gone up, fuel, food, everything, since the pandemic. So how do you balance that? They got to make enough money to make a profit, but they shouldn't be gouging people. I think that's where you have to find that balance there. I actually appreciate Genie Plus for those of us who do quick visits from other states. It's really helpful to do more faster. Yeah, and it's still cheaper. That's a great point. It's still cheaper, way cheaper than the universal option, even though it doesn't give you quite as much. Totally agree. It's like airlines. I'd rather just pay for the ticket and not be charged extra per bag and a million other things. Yeah. How soon do you think we'll see change? I don't know. It's a great question. They need to do a retired ride park. See, if I was CEO, we'd do that, and probably it wouldn't go that well, and I'd get fired. At least I get the severance, right? Okay, so what about the Play Pavilion? Yeah, I don't know, Dave or Mary Poppins. I don't know. I'd rather do Typhoon Lagoon Glow Nights for after hours. That's interesting. Okay. I'd rather do the parks, but yeah. I get the cost increase, not happy about it, but the park reservations need to either be changed or gone away with. Yep. Yeah, two things Iger should do tomorrow. Park hopping all day, not just after 2 p.m. Bring other Star Wars characters to Florida and relax the Batuu characters only, timeline only rules. Yeah, I agree with that. People know it's a theme park. So yeah, if you put Darth Vader in Batuu, nobody's going to be like, oh my gosh, like some people might. But it's like, Okay, come on. We know this is like, and they could figure out a way to do it. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's just the way it is. Um, Meta and AR would be a great way for people Disney to bring the parks to people when they can't be there. That's true. That's true. Psionics, I agree with that. Maybe I'm just not ready for it yet. And I love tech. Like I'm a techie. I don't know. You want to make people happy? Bring a nighttime parade to Magic Kingdom. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Why is India ignored by Disney despite having a large Disney following? That's a good question. I think Disney doesn't want to build in any other countries right now. There's just a lot of you know, things that come with that, complications. So, yeah, I don't know the answer to that, if they'd even looked at building something there. I mean, also Disney's very popular in Brazil as well. So and in the UK. Excuse me, sorry. Been tired. But of course the UK, you've got Disney. You've got Disney Paris. It's a little bit closer, but yeah. Do you think the 50th celebrations are tied in with people paying more to go? I don't think so. No, I think the 50th was really just a few shows and some merch and a new coat of paint here and there. It wasn't a lot. I think if Iger had been there, there would have been more to the celebration. Let's see. Okay. Just popping in to say hi, and I wanted to send my condolences to the passing of your fur baby. The dog in the profile picture was what my husband considered my service dog when she passed away in 2020. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry to hear that, Mama Bear 1. I totally understand. We pay $5 for a Coke at the drugstore. Wow. Some people may not agree, but make more rides with animatronics and not screens. And why does Tokyo get some of the better rides? We seem like Orlando's overlooked. I think Orlando's overlooked a lot because Orlando's going to be successful no matter what. It's just so big. And it's unfortunate. So, I heard somebody say the reason we don't get the overlays, like the Christmas overlay to Haunted Mansion and Small World, is because they can't have the rides closed that much because people do all these once-in-a-lifetime trips to Disney. I can kind of see that, but yeah. If your comment's not read, please don't repeat it, right? Yeah, exactly. I'm trying really hard, guys. I'm sorry. And I'm also trying to give decent answers to these questions and these comments. Pixar got so short into the stick the past couple of years. That's true. You haven't seen a lot of Pixar stuff going on. Don't have a problem with parks reservations. It's just truly limiting the capacity. Park levels can't go back to where they were in 2019. They need to fix it for APs. Yep. Get rid of the ice at Epcot. Yeah. Stroll playing is amazing. Good. I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm a planner and miss not being able to schedule those fast passes 60 days out. I agree. I need to take some time this break. I'm thinking I have a whole new World Showcase stroll that I've got so much stuff I haven't posted and just not had time to do it. Maybe I need to do that to stay busy. So, I don't know, guys. It's been tough. I've got to focus on this Disney stuff because my little buddy's supposed to be sitting right here next to me. That's where he used to sit. Like, you can't see it, but like right there, there's like a strip of carpet right there by my desk, and he would sit there and just like he would just be there just all the time. So, anyway, sorry. It's just trying to work through this. I hope there's more focus on creativity and less focus on the synergy machine. I agree. Synergy's going to happen. You don't have to force it, right? It's going to happen. I'm a planner miss not being able to schedule the fast passes 60 days out. Yeah, I can see that, Dawn. I can see that. I do say on the contrast to that, on the other side of that, I think that having it 60 days out makes it a little bit too regimented for me. But to each their own. I understand what you were saying too, for sure, especially if it's a once in a lifetime thing. Or not once in a lifetime, once a year, whatever. I agree. I see what you're saying for sure. Thanks, everybody. I still see him around the house, I see him out of the corner of my eye, and stuff. So anyway, yep, just wasn't quite ready. I encourage all Meta backers to watch a video of Meta. Wow, I haven't seen much about it. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Not the same without your little bud there. I remember going through it. Yeah, it's just really hard. Thanks, Erica. Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry, guys. My mind goes over to that sometimes. I know he was happy, so hopefully see him again. But payment plan for out-of-state pass holders. Yeah, I don't know why they can't do that. That's a good point. I mean, you sign the contract that you have to pay it, so if people try and get out of it, they still have to pay it. I think that's part of it too. But yeah. Let me put it like this. Finally, DJ the Replay says, finally the stability of Walt's legacy has been defended successfully. Yeah, I hope so. Minx, if you missed something, sorry, my dog passed away on Saturday night. So, yeah. My boy cat died at the age of 19. Wow, Lori, I'm so sorry to hear that. Our cat lived to be 17. I was kind of hoping Porty would live that long too, but he was just getting so sick. He actually had a PAH heart condition. So anyway, yep, that was rough. So, but he's doing better now. He was just coughing so much a lot, and he was just having trouble getting around. He couldn't see very well, and it was just really hard for him. So it was selfish of me to want him to be here longer for sure. But lots of amazing dogs need rescue and can help ease the pain. Yeah, for sure. We're just not ready for that right now. We just honestly don't have time right now to incorporate a new fur baby into the family right now. So not saying never, but maybe eventually. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we definitely would check rescues and things like that. I'd honestly like to have another dog like Cole Porter eventually, but I think it's gonna be a while because if we got a dog, that was a rescue that was already somewhat house trained, that would be easier for sure. But I still have to get used to a new place. Anyway, not here to talk about dogs. Sorry. All right. So, thanks everybody. Oh, thanks, Chris. Well, it's not wrong. It's just the way life goes. I keep thinking about. Hopefully, I can say this without crying. But I keep thinking about what Kermit said in. No, maybe I can't do it. But anyway, in Muppet Christmas Carol, he was when Tiny Tim passed away, and he said, "Life is made up of meetings and partings. That's the way of it." And I thought that was kind of cruel at the time, but it's true. So anyway. Thanks for giving us your opinion on the leadership change. I'm looking forward to seeing how the parks progress over the years. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. By the way, on a lighter note, if you're wondering about the story about how the dog came to be in our family, Steph was at a pet store and just decided she was in the mall where we used to live in Indiana, and we're close to where we used to live in Terre Haute. And there was a pet store there, and she just was in the pet store and was like, one was messing around with the dogs, and this lady brought out a couple dogs, and at Cole Porter, our dog was shaking, and my wife was saying, well, if you just rub his ears, he'll get better. He'll calm down. And of course, the lady, the salesperson, not seeing an opportunity, handed Porty to Steph, and he, she rubbed his ears, and he licked her on the nose and looked at her like, "Are you my new mommy?" And that was the end of that. So he came home, and I wasn't super happy because I hadn't agreed to a dog, even though I love dogs and I've loved dogs my whole life, but I just hadn't agreed to the responsibility of a dog at that time. We were pretty busy too, and so anyway, but then when she brought him home, she put him in my hand, and anyway, so he looked up at me and he gave me a little kiss on the nose too, and I was like, okay, fine. But anyway, so that's how he came to be in the house. But I wish they would replace Coke with Pepsi. No, Matt, I have to disagree with you on that. Oh, goodness. I'm sorry, guys. Thanks for getting... Okay, let's see. The Exit DJ. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Theo, I'm glad they got rid of that, too. Erica says he's still beside you. I do believe that. That he's around somewhere. So... had to put our Chihuahua 15 years down a few years ago. One of the hardest things I had to do. Yeah, we actually, Porty passed on his own, but we had to put Taz down. So yeah, Liam's handling it really well. He's sad, but he I think younger people bounce back faster than adults do maybe sometimes. So yeah, he's handling it pretty well. But we've been talking to him about it. Every once in a while I'll say like, hey, what are your thoughts about this, buddy? What are you thinking? What are you worried about? just kind of like being open to like what, very open-ended questions. Like, what do you think about this? He, and he's been really sweet through the whole thing. So yeah. Wow, 21. That's crazy. One of your cats lived to be 21. So yeah, I got so far behind there. Sorry. Let's see. Can I get a quick recap? We were just talking mostly about Iger and Chapek. He's still beside you. Okay, there we go. Yep, he sure is. Sorry. I'm like, I can't keep up with the chat. Fur buddies are special. They have a special place in our hearts. Do you think Josh D'Amaro will stay at the head of the parks? For now, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they train him to be CEO, but maybe he doesn't want it. We'll see. I hope your good memories of him bring you some peace in the next few weeks. He was obviously so loved. Yeah, he was the sweetest dog in the entire world. Like, I know you guys saw him on the stream sometimes, but he was so happy all the time. He was just so happy. He was so gentle with Liam. He didn't really, want Liam to, be around. Like, he didn't want Liam to... How do I say this? He didn't want Liam in his face all the time because he was older, but he was so gentle with Liam. He never once growled or snapped at him. And the vet said that was truly remarkable for an older dog, that, they do get cranky sometimes as they start to be in pain. And he had his cranky moments, just like any dog, especially when you're in pain or can't see, like he had trouble. But yeah, he was so gentle with Liam, always. Let's see. Been to Disney since 71. They need to look back on what made it great. Yep, for sure. Thanks, Kathleen. Dog years are 7 times better than human years. Yep. Oh, thanks, Kyle. Yeah, 10 years ago and was 16. Wow. New puppy for Christmas. Yeah, maybe it's my turn to just go grab a dog. No, we really just, I want to make sure if we get a dog, we need to be able to 100% devote our entire, like, energy to making sure he has a good life. So, Bright Line Train. I don't know. That's a Florida politics thing. I'm not really sure. Probably depends on the governor and the legislature. Are you surprised Chapek hasn't released a statement? No, I'm not, because I don't think he needs to. And here's the other thing. They have, sorry, I'm like slouching like way down here. And I think he signed a non-disclosure, some kind of an agreement where he wouldn't badmouth the parks, basically. Wouldn't badmouth the company. So I think he just wants to be quiet and take his money and go. Can't use caps, but I would if I could. No Pepsi. Yeah, I agree, Eric. I'm not a Pepsi hater. I just like Coke better. I'm banned from pet stores. 2 dogs are enough. Yeah. Oh, Emily, I'd love for them to bring back the people mover at Disneyland. It would just take a lot of money. Let's see. Vicky says Universal isn't for me. We're DVC. We love Disney so much. People are more disrespectful. We take care of a resort just like home. I agree. Do you have future plans to travel to Indiana between Thursday and New Year's? No, David, for sure not. Sorry. Not going anywhere near there for a while. Let's see. Reason why they stopped the payment plans for out-of-state people was people were playing the system by getting an AP, putting down the down payment, and doing a 10-day trip, and then canceling the credit card. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, Mike. That makes sense. Yeah, so if that's and then they have to send everybody to collections, and that's just no good. Yeah, that's too bad people are so, NDA, yeah. It's too bad people are so, have to be dishonest like that. Like, obviously it's a small minority, but yeah, that's not good. Why does everyone want Damaro to take over? Wasn't he responsible for a lot of the recent? Yeah, I agree, Ken. That's what I'm saying. I'm a little cautious about that. I don't say I want it. I just think that it's likely. Lou Mangello. Yeah, Lou's a great guy. He would do a great job. So much love. Thank you, Blessed Be. I appreciate that. Just trying to... Disney and puppy talk. Yep. Let's see. What do you think needs to happen to bring back the magic? For us, it felt different in February compared to previous trips, and not in a positive way. I think attention to detail has to come back. Attention to detail. And they've got to stop the nickel and diming. They've got to stop the reliance on the app. Now, the reliance on the app's been around for a long time. Pass Plus, started that. So, so we'll see. Dr. Pepper at Disney, yeah, that would be great. You'd freeze if you came to Indiana. I don't know. I think I'd get used to it. Honestly, I think, again, I've said this before a million times. At 35 in Indiana feels way warmer than like 50 degrees here. It just does. I don't know why. Last time I went to Indiana, when it was winter, I wasn't that cold. I wore my jacket, so I don't know. Blue Sky Ideas, get back Joe Rohde from Virgin Atlantic. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Sorry to hear about your dog. Thank you for sharing your insight tonight. Oh, thanks, Renee. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're very sad, but it's we're just happy that he's in a better place. And yeah, thank you. And guys, check our awesome sponsors, the Funk Collection, with sorry, I lost my train of thought there, but realtyInOrlando.com, the Funk Collection, our awesome sponsors are hanging out and chatting with us there. Jeff and Renee can help you find your dream home here in Central Florida, and definitely don't miss that. They're such awesome people. We're gonna have them on a stream here pretty soon too, so you guys can actually meet them and see. They're huge Disney fans too, and they can help you find that awesome home. But anyway, thank you, Renee, for coming on and for your kind words, and excited to keep moving forward with stuff with our real estate ventures. I think that'll be fun. So yep, for sure. I've lived here 60 years and still not used to. Yeah, it's cold. It's cold. I heard that Chapek got 20 million to cancel it. Yeah, probably so, because he just had signed a new contract. I can't remember what it was. There's a great children's book you might want to look for Liam called The Invisible Leash, an invisible string story about the loss of a pet. Oh, that's cool. And we may want to do that. Yeah. You think it's fair to charge for parking since not everyone has a car? People who fly have to pay for the bus. Yeah, no, Jonathan, it's a good point. I mean, there is a fairness factor. That's why I'm saying, like, if they want to make extra money on the resorts, just raise the room rates, and that's just fair for everybody. It's not good, but it's fair, because then everybody's the same. So sorry to hear about Porty. Sending so much love to the family. Thank you. He was just the best dog we could ever had. He honestly was. And that's despite the fact that we've spent the last, not year, but 6 months or more with puppy pads all over the house. Just in the last 6 months, he's older and he couldn't hold it all night, and we didn't always wake up in the middle of the night to take him out. So, anyway, I didn't even begrudge cleaning up the messes because I knew that he just couldn't help it, and we just were happy to take care of him. So, I hope the urgency of the ousting is related to planned reductions in workforce plans. I think, Eric, the urgency in ousting has to do with the stock price going so low. Somebody mentioned on Twitter they were worried about a hostile takeover. I don't think that's possible. I mean, I guess hopefully Elon Musk doesn't want Disney, but but anyway, sorry. But yeah, I don't know, we'll see. But I think they need to get that stock price back up. So imagine getting millions to leave your job. I know, right? Like I said, don't feel too bad for Bob Chapek. He gonna be all right. Like, come on. And probably, I'm sure he was disappointed. And again, I'm not going to say he's a horrible person and this or that. I don't know him personally. I just don't. I just think he made some bad choices and didn't love Disney the way that a lot of people do. So, Iger will bring culture change that will cultivate attention to detail. I think so, too. Thank you, Tina. And thank you, Renee. We appreciate you guys, too. My thoughts with them saying blue sky idea for the parks, the uncertainty of how the whole Reedy Creek thing would play out. Yeah, Mike, that's true. I think Bob Iger can smooth the Reedy Creek thing over. I think Bob's probably already called, or in the next week or two, he's going to be calling up like somebody at the state, whether it be the governor or whoever else, and be like, hey, listen, let's talk. Like this benefits, this all benefits both of us. Like we're bringing thousands of jobs in, we're bringing millions of dollars in every year. Like let's work together here. Let's see what else. Let's see. Bring back Spectrum Magic. Yeah, I wish. Oh my goodness, that would be the most amazing thing ever. And before I forget, we do have some awesome sponsors, and definitely check them out. I talked about the Funk Collection already, but definitely check out. Definitely check out MickeyTravels.com for the best in free Disney vacation planning advice. MickeyTravels.com will help you plan your next trip to Disney. Let's see. Yeah, he's gonna be all right. That's right. Show Liam Balto films. Yeah, Liam honestly is doing well. I think I'm the one that's taking it the hardest, and Steph is very sad too because, he was with her all day, every day, but she got more time with him because she's here with him. So I feel like I was looking forward to the break so I could just I knew he wasn't going to be around much longer. And I thought hopefully during the break I could just sit with him for a few minutes, and I didn't get to do that because we literally just went on break. So, but that's okay. Chapek did not love Disney the way everyone else does because everything that loves gives Chapek gives more than what he wants over Disney. Yeah, I mean, I get that for sure. Let's see. I'm looking to see what else we got. Wall Street expects you to take your knocks and not pretend that losses are not on the books. That's kind of why he overstayed his welcome. Yeah, that's true. Tarsha, I like Magic Kingdom best. Not sure if Texas would go for it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, Eric, I agree. Well, just some of the things that Chapek said, it was kind of like, you do know that everybody can see these interviews, right? He kind of talked like only the investors could see the interviews. So he did all this financial speak and what was the word, undesirable mix of guests or something like that, or whatever it was, or I don't know. I'm like, you just have to watch how you say stuff, because like people read this stuff, so you have to be careful. Somebody said Josh for CEO. I don't know if you mean me or not, but yeah, not me. Josh, what upcoming things can we expect for your Retro Check channel? It's been amazing so far. Thanks, Cheshire Cat. Well, I'm gonna be, actually, if you want a quick preview, eventually I'm going to be. It's in the box here. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can. Eventually, I'm going to be putting this in the computer, which if you, I don't know if you can see this or not. Really, I don't want to unwrap it, but you can kind of see it. But this is a compact flash card adapter. I'm going to be putting this in the Tandy to give it a compact flash, basically like an almost like an SD card, but a compact flash memory, like an SSD drive. So I'm going to be giving it a new, basically solid state hard drive. So that'll be kind of cool to give a 20-some-year-old computer a solid state drive. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be probably going to the closing of the Radio Shack and the last Radio Shack in Orlando here pretty soon. I want to go to some old retro arcades and stuff like that. I know Adam Wu just went to, was it Free Play, Florida or something, and I wish I had gone to that, but I didn't get to. I lost my 15-year-old... So, yeah, go subscribe to Retro TV One Tech, please, everybody, if you haven't already done so. I lost my 15-year-old dog in April. I thought we had more time than one day. She was gone. It doesn't get easier, but you learn to live in the memories and good times you had. Yeah, for sure. For sure, Sarah. You lost a family member, Josh. It hurts. Very understandable. Thanks, Tina. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I worked at 4 schools while we had him. 4. I worked at 4 different schools while we had him. It's crazy to think about the amount of time we had him. So, if you see this stream, this stroll, like, starting to, like, unfocus, it's because it was the S20 and didn't have great focus. You see the pics I sent on Insta last week of the Christmas float that was out. I don't know if you or Jenna seen him. Steph, I think Jenna probably saw him. I'm not really sure. Let's see here. Unfavorable. That's right, not undesirable. Unfavorable. Yeah. It's like... Thanks, Shannon. I appreciate that. I didn't mean you. Yeah, exactly. You just can't say stuff like that. You can't call your guests unfavorable. Like, I don't know. Like, somebody has to be looking at that. Like, what you can kind of think of, like the politician's handling team when the politician says something, dumb. And when Chapek said that, I know there were got to be a lot of people in Disney's PR office going, "Oh, come on, stop! Don't do that." Iger's passion is apparent. Chapek's struggle causing uncertainty. I agree. Yeah. And again, I don't think Chapek was a bad guy, but I just think he didn't love Disney the way. I don't think he had an emotional attachment to the parks and to the brand. And you got to have at least a reverence for Disney to be the CEO. Okay. What do you miss most from the past Disney that has changed? I think just magical evenings, nighttime parades, magical attractions full with animatronics, perfect attention to detail, perfectly clean, pristine parks. I miss that. So yeah, let's see here. All right, I need to check something really quick. Okay, here we go. Wow, did we have like just a giant lag, or what just happened? That's weird. Was there lag? Just like saw a giant drop. It's called PR team. Yeah. I'm new to the Disney community. How was it before reservations and having Magic Key Pass? It was awesome. You just bought an annual pass and you walk up to the gate and you went in. That was the end of the story. Or any kind of a ticket. The replay event that Adam went to look fun. Yeah, I'm going to definitely go next year. You guys streaming Wednesday? Yes, Dave, we're going to be streaming Wednesday night. I think I'm going to call it Thanksgiving Eve. And I think we're going to be streaming probably at Magic Kingdom just to do a Thanksgiving Eve thing a little bit. Unless there's a party. So, yeah, Chapek was too focused on the business for sure. Didn't Iger buy Fox for $70 billion, and that debt is the reason for a lot of the price hikes? Yeah, I've heard Mickey View say that too. I think it's a valid point. Yeah, and certainly if that was, I get why Iger did that, maybe, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was a good decision, honestly. I scratch my head about that one. Let's see. On the funny side, I watched my cell phone today and it still works. Hey, Gail, that's awesome. I've always known I was unfavorable. I just never had someone say it out loud on TV. That's true. Theo, oh my goodness. 24, my dog is going to be 14 next year, so we've had him for the majority of my life. I have no idea what I'm going to do without him. He's completely understandable how you're feeling. Thanks, Shannon. Yeah. Yep. I have to get through it somehow. But it's only been 2 days, so I just keep thinking weird things like, oh, I'll do something. It's a pretty sunset there. I'll do something like, clean something up in my room or move something around. Be like, oh, the last time I moved that, Porty was still alive. I don't know why. It's just such a weird thing to think, but, So, anyway. Without going into too much detail, too, I was the one that found him. And it was just a minute or two after he had been gone. I could tell. And I was just really upset with myself that I didn't get there sooner. So, anyway. Maybe that's too much information. I don't know. But I'm kind of haunted by the whole thing a little bit. But I also know he had a good day. And we had some nice times. And literally 20 minutes before that, I'd had him outside and I'd given him a good snuggle. So, I probably should just know that he felt loved. They need to improve the tech. Both my Magic Band Plus buttons on the back don't work. Can't do anything. Yeah. Blue Pole, I'm having trouble with mine too. I think like that too. Yeah. Does anybody else have the weird thoughts like that? I don't know. I just, or even just looking at I had to delete the reminder on my phone. I had a reminder every night at 9 p.m. to give him his pills. Stuff like that was hard. His water bowl's still sitting in the bathroom over here. I haven't been able to move it yet. So yeah, we'll see. We'll get there. Nick raised over 17,000. Hey, that's happy. Yeah, I just got on there just a little bit. Honestly, yesterday I couldn't do anything. I mean, we did go. Liam and I went to Crayola, and I just sat there and just stared. So, anyway, you always think you have more time. I know. JL for sure. Yeah, I know that was sad for sure as well. So sorry about your dog. Yeah, I love your channel. Thanks, Ryan. Porty was very lucky to have a dad who loves him as much as you clearly do. Thanks, Grogu. Yep, it's going to take a while to process. I think he was named after Cole Porter, a very talented Hoosier. Yes, Indiana, that's right. So, okay, story about why would you call your dog the name of a jazz musician, and why does he have 2 names, and technically 3 if you put Nelson on the end of it? The reason was because he actually was born black. He was black and brown. It was a black and brown dog, and it was beautiful. And so his fur was black and brown, and so the name Cole Porter was a double entendre. It was a double meaning. Was Cole as in black as coal, right? And then Cole Porter as in the musician. So yes, Cole Porter. And my wife thought that because I was upset with her for getting me a dog, or getting us a dog without asking me, she thought that maybe if she named him a jazz musician that I would be a little more happy about it. So anyway, but then then we just started calling him Porty, and that was kind of been ended up his name. So anyway, that's the story behind that kind of weird thing. But then his first haircut, he turned silver, and I'm not exaggerating that. His first haircut, he turned silver. That was really strange, but yeah. They wait, Josh, in the wild. Animals go off on their own. Pets wait. Yeah, that's true. Thanks, Jules. Yeah, being there sooner would not have mattered. He was ready to go. No, Eric, and I think, I'm not saying I think I could have saved him. I couldn't have. I guess I just would have wanted him to know that I was there. You know what I mean? Just put my hand on his back and just be like, hey, buddy, it's okay. Which what we got to do for our cat, because we had to, we did have to put her to sleep. She couldn't even walk anymore, and she was in so much pain. So anyway, sorry, the stream is becoming depressing. But anyway, the point is that I just felt good knowing that my cat knew that she wasn't alone when she went, and he wasn't alone either. He was just outside the door. But we usually would, I usually would close the bedroom door when I was working on something because he was sleeping and I didn't want to wake him up, and also sometimes he would go to the bathroom on the carpet, so I'd close the door and then I'd go out and check on him later after I was ready for bed, and when I went to check on him he was gone. So anyway, all right. Thank you, Diz Jake. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but thank you. I've heard animals go out by themselves to pass. Yeah, he definitely knew his love. Thanks, Jonathan. Well, yeah, the thing was he was coming to the door of my room, but I think he was coming to the door because he had to go outside, and it was just a minute or two, and then by the time I got to the door, he was gone. So I think I think he just didn't know he was going to go. I think it just was really quick, but he didn't, like I said, he didn't suffer at all. So that was good. I mean, it's literally just a couple minutes. So Any pictures? Thank you, Eric. I mean, I posted pictures on my YouTube post and things like that, but yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, let me see if I can find some of the pictures we used in our post the other day. This is probably my favorite one of him. Let me see here. Here, I'll make my picture bigger for a second. I don't want to stop the stroll because this is a good stroll, but this is probably my favorite. There we go. My favorite picture of him, if it'll focus there. This was just a couple weeks ago. He took a car ride with us. It was his last car ride. And look how happy he is. So he was just smiling. He did that smile all the time. So, and there we are in the car together. So, sorry, this has turned into like a memory stream or something. But yeah, sorry, it won't focus on it very well. But that's, come on. There we go. I wasn't smiling because I was trying to drive the car. But yeah, he's just such a happy little guy. So, happy little guy. Oh, here's a really good one. Here he is. Really cool. Last one. Here he is. Let's see here if I can get it to focus in on this. That's Liam when he was a very, very small newborn or baby. And there we go. And Porty would always sit and watch over him like that on the pillow. So anyway, yeah. Do you think Iger was brought in to facilitate an Apple Disney merger? No, I don't think so. Thank you for the $5 super chat, but no, I don't think that'll happen. I don't even think that would be approved. I think that would be too big of a company. So yeah, thank you, Tip Top G. I appreciate the super chat, but yeah, I don't think so. I think Resort TV One has become a safe space to talk about these things. If you're going through a hard time, we're here for you. Thanks, KJ. I appreciate that. Hey, Happy Son. Thanks for being here. Thanks, guys. Well, at least I can talk about it tonight and not bring down the Magic Kingdom stream. Oh, thanks, Wendy. Yeah, I know he knew. I know he did. I know he knew. Okay. What are you excited about most about Iger coming back? Just letting the creative people, like I said earlier, here, let me put this back. Nobody needs to see me that big. Just letting the creative people be in charge. I think that's hello. I think that's what needs to happen. So yeah, just letting the creative people be in charge. Wow, there we go. Okay. I love Kermit on the bike. I do too. I agree with you about Apple. Thanks, Dave. He looks so happy. He's such a happy. He had the huge batty ears. Yeah, he did. Always. Okay. I don't know if I should tell this or not, but even after he passed, his ears were still up. I just thought that was nice because he always held his ears up, and his ears were up even after he passed away. So that's pretty awesome. He died just the way he was in real life. So yeah. Your streams have made so many people happy. It's okay to talk this out. Thanks, guys. I said goodbye to my dog nose to nose because he had diabetes and I didn't know it was too late. I still cry 4 years later. My sister lost her dog and in-laws lost hers all in 3 months. Wow, Steph, that's crazy. And if I'd been with him when he passed, like if I'd been holding him or been have my hand on him or at least, just been sitting with him, I would still be very sad, of course. I don't know. Anyway. Yep. Let's see. How to get along with Jenna's dog? I got along great with Chloe. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, got along great. They didn't see each other too much, but yeah. It's so hard, but I promise it gets easier. We got my daughter a stuffed dog similar to ours. That's cool. That's a good idea. Let me see if I can get another stroll going here. Here, how about interventions? Okay, hold on. Be quiet, past Josh. There we go. Thanks, guys. Yeah, he was so happy. He really was so happy. Yeah, he was very sick. He was very sick. Yep. So he's feeling much better now. He's been sick for a while. Grogu, wow, $100 super chat. Thank you so much, Grogu. Let me see if I can move myself over to the other side here. Thank you so much, Grogu. That's so kind. You don't have to do that. Let me see. My heart's with you and your family tonight. Thank you, Grogu. Again, you really don't have to do that. All the nice messages are enough, but I really appreciate that. It means a lot. Thank you. I chatted with Jenna, Mom, and Dad at Springs today. That's awesome, April, and thank you for the kind words. Yep, Liam was a baby in the last pick. Yep, for sure. That was 5, almost 6 years ago. Yeah, thank you, Grogu. Sorry it took me so long to get to it. I was just trying to read all the comments here. But yeah, thank you so much. We made the mistake of getting 2 dogs as puppies 9 months apart, a Lab and a German Shepherd, 12 years old. Later, they passed away 6 months apart. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Oh, you got it, but you got a new one. That's good. Ilsa? That's how you say it? It's cool. He was happy because he knew he was loved. Thanks. Yeah, 4 for Disney. He did. He did know he was loved. I know that. I know he did. Just giving the creators more latitude to be creative. Yeah, agreed. Okay, sorry guys, I'm like all like just whatever. Maybe I should have waited another day to come on, but anyway, I'm trying to try to. I hope at least the beginning of the stream was like I made sense and like actually made some decent points before I started, thinking about Porty. So I will say it's been hard to sleep, but we'll get there. Let's see here. Thank you so much, Thorn. I appreciate it. Does Mando know you're spending his credits? Yeah, it's okay. Don't get Mando mad at me. But thank you, Grogu. I appreciate it. Yeah, Matthew. I don't know. I mean, I almost didn't really make a post or anything about it, but I don't know. I just thought you guys knew him on the streams, and I wanted to just do that respect there. So, thanks, Kyle. So anyway, all right, Moppers, do me a favor. Tell Josh that it's okay and that death is unexpected, and of course, if he wants to have it known that his pet was taking their last breath, he would have been there with him. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Yeah, for sure, DJ. Thank you. Nope, I see it for sure. If you were brought in as new CEO and were tasked to building a new ride, what would you create and design? Oh man, that's a great question. I think I would go to the Imagineers and I would just say, hey guys, what is it that you've really wanted to build but nobody let you? Like, what do you think? And I'd just let them start throwing blue sky ideas out there. If money were no object, what would you do? I would just want to see what they said. But honestly, I'd want to use all the technologies, all the tricks, all the things we know. So good night, Justin. Thanks, Wendy. Appreciate that. Let's see. All right, he is beautiful. Thank you, HF. Yeah, he's a beautiful little boy for sure. Then you notice who Charles and Allie Trippy, they just lost a doggy, fellow YouTubers. Oh, that's too bad. I know. It's the little touches of the parks that make Disney different. That's what we're losing. Agreed. I agree. 100%. You were there, Josh. My first dog, Cash, passed away on our last day at Disney. No way we could fly home in time. I still feel guilty I wasn't there for it. That's true, Jan. Yeah, I just, like I said, it just was weird that he was at the door. And, like I said, he was sleeping. So I closed the door so I wouldn't wake him up because I was going to be moving stuff around in the bedroom. And if you know much about dogs with PAH and some of these conditions, at the end, he was coughing a lot. And every time he got up, he would cough and just be uncomfortable and things. And so I just didn't want to wake him up. It was worse at night. I didn't want to wake him up. And, so I had the door closed. And, I wanted him to have some peace and quiet while I was hanging up clothes and kind of getting stuff ready. And anyway, so he was at the door. But he was a smiler. I have so many pictures of him smiling. So anyway. All right. Our annual pass still available to purchase. Only the Pixie Pass. 5-story Communicore. Yes, we need that. Oh my goodness. I ended up getting my next dog sooner than I thought. Like kids, you can't prepare sometimes to fall in love with another. That's true. That's true. Roller coaster that jumps the track. Maybe not. Yeah, Kendall. Definitely great news, I feel like, with Iger coming back for sure. I think they should build a Walt and Roy Memorial in celebration of Disney 100. They're supposed to build right here in this area somewhere. They're supposed to have a Walt statue. And then, of course, they already have a Roy and Walt statue both in a Magic Kingdom. So, yep. Thank you, Kendall. Yep. Dog did pass away yesterday. And Tisha, hope your baby gets to feeling better. Yeah, I didn't see that, but I do hope so as well. On Tuesday, reported an operating loss of nearly $1.5 billion. That will get your exit visa. Yeah, it's true. Money talks. I'm praying for all of you, especially little Liam, as he grieves over your dog's passing. Yeah, for sure. No, he's doing okay. I think he just is trying to kind of just keep his mind off of it and keep going. And yeah, so I lost my dad and my beloved cat, and within 2 weeks. Yikes! That's not good at all, Matthew. I'm sorry. I did pee pads around my kitty's box because she couldn't make it, but still had love to give. Didn't mind the extra cleaning either until it was time. Yep, exactly. Thank you. You were invited. Yeah, that it was hard having the pads everywhere and the floor was dirty, and we had to mop a lot and whatever. But like we said, we promised to take care of him for his whole life, and that's what we did. So, yep. All right. Hey, Caleb. I'm sorry for your loss. I'll be praying for you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Most of my life, I never understood why people grieve the loss of their pet. Now I have a dog, and I totally get it. He's my little buddy, and can't imagine life without him. Yeah, for sure. Well, I hope he lives a lot longer, Mary. Ooh, Westcott, William, that would be great. Let's see. Please just finish Tron. Yeah, I know. Can we just put everybody on Tron at the same time, and let's just get that done? Like, it feels like homework that we'd never finished, doesn't it, at this point? What's on the Thanksgiving menu? Mom and Jenna usually do the cooking for that, and they do an amazing job, and it'll be turkey. I like the white meat with a little salt on it. And then it's usually they get the stuffing and rolls and awesome green beans with bacon and everything. Just good stuff. Lots of good stuff. So sorry to hear about your dog. Thanks for sharing your news with us. Thanks, Pamela. Shelby, yeah, my dog passed away on Saturday night. I think a dark ride of Walt Disney's life starting with childhood. That would be cool. In the style of Spaceship Earth. That'd be neat. There was talk of possibly a new edition of Magic Kingdom. No, Lyle, I have not heard anything. Yeah, they were talking about doing something like around Beyond Thunder Mountain or something. I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. You loved him. Don't apologize. As someone who lost his Labrador a short time ago, I feel for your family. Thank you, Bill. I'm sorry about your loss as well. They easily become family. Oh, absolutely. No, the cool thing about him was he was such a herd dog. He was Silky Terrier Maltese mix, so he's a herder. So he would always be sitting where he could guard you. Like, he was always sitting right next to my computer. I know you can't see it, but like there's a little spot on the carpet next to the dresser in the computer. I mean, you can actually see where he sat because the carpet's worn down there. So, anyway, he sat there so much, and the carpet was the house is only 3 years old. So anyway, but yeah, but he was a guard dog. His favorite moment was when we were reading books to Liam in his room, and he would sit with us and everybody was together. So he loved that. Do you think they'll find a spot to bring back the Great Movie Ride? No, I don't think so, Natisha. I don't think they're going to bring back old rides. Would I love it? 100%. Do I think it's realistic? No. Bacon does make everything better. Oh, let's see here. Do they find a spot to bring back? Oh, sorry, I read that one. Tron seems to be the highway construction that never ends. I agree. Steph, the round theater should have been, yeah, they're in the Odyssey. It should have been a history of Epcot. That'd be amazing. Let's see. I just made green beans cooked in bacon after you mentioned Mom cooking it that way on Friday night. It's amazing. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, so good, so good. He is probably still there. He will always be with you. I know. I keep seeing him everywhere, and I don't know. I feel like I can feel that he's around still. So, but he was a great guard dog for sure, or just, I don't know, herd dog, whatever you want to say. Former TWDC CM under Iger here. I'm glad Iger is back. Kareem Daniels just got fired as the head of media and entertainment. Iger is already cleaning house this afternoon. Yeah, we'll see. I hope so. I really am very, very optimistic about it. So anyway. All right, what else do we have? How many people still watching? We're at about 800 and something. That's still pretty good for this late at night. Thanks, guys. Probably I need to get ready for bed. But I will be on News Nation tomorrow morning. It's a cable news channel. And they're going to be interviewing me about the price increases and the Bob Chapek and Bob Iger thing, the Bobs and all that. So if you want to tune into that, it'll be on News Nation at 9:30 in the morning. So yeah, that'll be fun. So I should probably get some sleep so I actually make some sense. Tell me your opinion of Journey into your imagination. Mad Cow, I didn't really like. That was Journey into Your Imagination was the first Disney ride I actually disliked. And the only reason I tolerate the current one is because Figment's in it a little bit. Well, a lot actually, but that's the only reason I tolerate the current version. Journey into Your Imagination just was like, what did they just do there? Oh my goodness. So yeah, and I remember the original one for sure. It was amazing. Jen, thank you so much. I lost my dog in 2000 right after I returned from Disney. She was my best friend and we grew up together. Not a day goes by, I don't think ever. Yeah. I know, I'm so worried, that I just am never going to get over this, but maybe get over is the wrong word, but anyway. But it's worth it. It was worth it. I would have, I wouldn't have changed anything. Steph and I were talking about this, when you love something, that part of that is that you're going to eventually have to say goodbye. So love something or someone, usually at some point you're going to have to say goodbye, and that's part of it. and it's really hard, but it's worth it because of the good parts. Sorry about your dog. We lost a big boy lab in early 2021. We adopted a 6-year-old girl lab later that year and another this year. Both gave the world many service dogs. So happy retirement. Oh, cool. Well, good. I'm glad you got some more fur babies to add to your family and help fill your hearts with joy. At 72, your dad looks great. Happy belated birthday. Thanks, Echo's dad, for sure. I'm very thankful. Mom and dad are still with us too. Love it because they. A lot of people, my wife included, have lost their families, so we are very, very, very thankful to have mom and dad still with us. We hope they're here for a long, long time. Jail $10. Did you see the Supernatural episode where Dean could speak dog? No, I did not. But thank you, JL, for that. Stock went up 6%. Yeah, the stock did go up. She's going to call you bro again. She might. It's the same lady. If she does, it's all good. You make room for the grief, and that's okay. Yes, for sure. It takes time, but you will heal and look at him with fond memories. Yep. I looked through some old pictures today, and yeah, I'm still too early, but I needed to see him. Still have my dog's ashes from years ago. They're displayed in the house. Yeah, we did get him cremated as well, and we will be getting his ashes back here in a few days, or whenever. I don't know how long it takes, but yeah, I guess we get the hair, the piece of hair, and then the paw print, so that'll be good to have. We have our cat as well, so anyway. I just hopped on. Needless to say, cast members were thrilled with the news and morale is up. Oh, that's good. See, Vicky, now that is really powerful. Obviously, Vicky is Jordan's mom, and they just closed Club Cool for the last time. That's kind of sad. But one of the things that would help is higher morale in cast members. It'll help a lot. As Vision said in WandaVision, what is grief if not love persevering? Yeah, for sure. Elton John did a live stream last night? Like, on what platform? That's pretty cool. Life has a way of throwing a curveball, but what matters is you'll bounce back. Thanks, Natisha. Yeah, I wasn't ready for it for sure, but you're never ready for it. Thanks, Tina. So, thanks, Vicky. So anyway, I should probably get going here pretty soon, but I'm just seeing if we have any more comments to wrap it up. Let's see. Might be cheap to do and make fans real happy. Bring back the Toad. Yeah, that would be cool. If Iger doesn't rescind any of Chapek's decisions and the directors were on board, then they threw Chapek under the bus. Yeah, I will see, Mike. I think he will. So, thank you so much, Rena. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's very hard. Streaming service needs to end. I don't think it needs to end. I think they need to spend the money smarter. Disney Plus is amazing. Like, Disney is the one company that really needs a streaming service because of the huge back catalog. The Vault. So, yeah. Thanks, DVC Dad. We love your streams. This is a great discussion tonight. We're excited to have Bob Iger returning, for sure. I'm glad that you appreciated the discussion. I tried to make sense. And I hope that it was a thoughtful discussion. Let's see. I bought a new laptop today because mine died. Oh, good. Hopefully it changes with prices will change. Yeah, we'll see. Elton's last U.S. concert streamed on Disney Plus. Oh, wow. Oh, I missed that. Keep the collar hanging on your Christmas tree. Oh, that's a great idea. I'm not sure if I'm not sure what we did with some of this. He didn't wear a collar for a long time because he had a breathing issue where if you pulled on a collar ever at all, he had to wear a full harness, because if you pulled on his neck, he would choke. Poor little guy. So we had to be really, really careful with his neck or any kind of a collar. So we just usually left it off. We were always afraid he would get it stuck or something when we were gone. So anyway, sorry, too much information, but yes, but we probably have one somewhere. Okay, so I think Iger will pull back from the catastrophic labor cuts, given how mild the absolute impact. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see, Eric. The date of the Epcot stream was the last day that Interventions was open. Last night at Disney. By the way, we do need to thank some more of our awesome sponsors. We've got David's DVC Rentals, dvcrequest.com/TV. If you want to rent some points or rent some nights at an awesome DVC resort, you can definitely check out David's DVC Rentals at dvcrequest.com/TV. We also have magicbandreaders.com somewhere. I have a Magic Band reader. I don't know where it went, but anyway. But you can definitely get your own Magic Band reader that you can actually scan with your own Magic Band at your house. It's pretty cool. So yeah, definitely go check that out. We also have Corner Sports Store, full service sports store. Definitely check out cornersportsnb.com to get matching Disney shirts for your next trip. And finally, we have Behind the Ride on Amazon. If you want to find out how your favorite rides were created, Behind the Ride on Amazon. It still does hurt 2 years later for me, but it does get better. Just surround yourself with family, friends, ways to distract yourself like you're doing tonight. Promise it gets better. Thanks, guys. Keep his harness or tags. Keep his tags. Yep, thanks, Wendy. Yes, we are going to Fort Wilderness for Christmas. Here, so one thing I wanted to do real quick, if I can find this. Let's see here. Oh, there's too much in here. There's a couple articles about Chapek in Disney, but anyway, let's see. Apparently, the transition between Iger and Chapek wasn't very good, and that's why they had a lot of disagreements. Let's see. Yeah, no, I don't know. Yep, I don't see what I was looking for. I got some actual. I was reading some articles to kind of. I can't remember what I said. Anyway, sorry. I was just trying to see if there's anything we wanted to talk about, but yeah, it's pretty much everything we've already talked about on the stream. So yeah, no worries. All right. Have they said when Walcott will go away? Oh yeah, I think it's going to be mostly finished by the end of 2023. Yep. So I've always admired your beautiful family. I hope your Thanksgiving is filled with peace. I think you meant peace. Thanks, Mary. Appreciate that. We'll do the best we can for sure. It's the missing details for me. Yeah, no one calling boys prince and girls princess. Yeah, no, I like the details for sure. The details are very, very good. All right, let's see what else we have here. You're invited. Happy Thanksgiving to all. Excited Iger's back. Thanks for sharing your time in this awesome community. Grateful for all the hoppers and moppers and of course Resort TV 1. Thank you so much. The fountain video was taken on here. Let me hold on. I think I'm talking here, and I need to make that go away. It was taken September 2019, I believe. So yeah. Let's see. Do I have any more nighttime streams? Let's see here. I guess we'll just get going because I gotta get off here pretty soon anyway. So let's just go back to this. All right. So I've never seen a video for Tron. I know I haven't watched anything either for Tron. So anyway, all right. I gotta go. Thanks everybody. Yeah. We're going to Fort Wilderness for Christmas for sure. Yep. We're gonna rent the golf. We already have the golf carts rented and everything else. I gotta figure out what day it is. But yep, we got it. So let's see. Did I miss the chat? Did the chat stop moving? Not sure what's happening. Oh no, it's good. Okay. All right. Cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. It's been a lot of fun, and sorry, I've been at Magic Kingdom all day, so you're like my hair looks all crazy and messed up and whatever else. But I just wanted to come on and chat with you about about all the big changes coming on, and apparently also about my awesome dog. So for those of you who got to meet him on the streams, I hope that you enjoyed getting to meet the little guy. He was truly a special little guy, and I'm definitely glad that we got to know him because and I got 15 awesome years with him, so we were very blessed for that. So thanks everybody. Much love to all of you. Thanks Citrus Roll family. Get your ears on. Thanks everybody. So yes, and sorry if I didn't read your comment. I really tried to read as many as possible. Some of the streams I was watching about Chapek and Iger, it was they were not, people were not able to read a lot of the chat. So I was really trying tonight to engage in the chat as much as I could to get you guys' opinions on everything. And it's great. By the way, thank you for such a nice discussion too. Nobody was getting upset. Nobody was arguing. Everybody was just giving their opinion. And some people had different opinions, and that's okay. And I appreciate that we were able to have a calm discussion about it. It's kind of rare nowadays, isn't it, to have a calm discussion about things? It's really nice to be able to do that. And we can all have different opinions, and it's such a cool thing. So yeah. The worst for me, having to explain to my 7 and 9-year-old granddaughters why they said on the loudspeaker, "Have a happy holiday and very merry evening." Oh, yeah, I don't know. I think they still have Christmas and a lot of the stuff in the parks. So I'm not sure. Good night, Josh. Try and get some rest. I hope we provide some comfort. Yeah, thank you, Sherry, for sure. Yep, you guys are so awesome. And Grogu says, yes, we'll, or did he say, we'll miss seeing him? Yeah, for sure, Grogu. Yeah, it was neat. He always loved saying hi. So he didn't quite know what was going on, but he always loved saying hi. I love my pets just as much, and I'm attached to every one of them throughout the years. I know what it feels like to lose one. Yeah, for sure. The Moppers did a great job, as always. Thanks, Happy Silent. Appreciate it. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. Hopefully I said that right. Thank you, Emmy's praying for you and your family. Take it one day at a time. Yep, I did feel, when I got up this morning, I felt a little better. And hopefully tomorrow I'll wake up feeling a little better. So we'll see. Grogu, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Please post a link to News Nation when available. I'll try. Yep, I will try. Yeah, if you don't have the channel, it should be available on YouTube at some point. So, yeah, thank you, Willeen. I appreciate it, guys. And anyway, so appreciate all the support. I'll see you guys very, very soon. We'll be live on Wednesday for sure. And excited to... I'm just excited to be back, streaming the parks at some point. So I know I wasn't ready today, and luckily I've been able to get through it going on here. So thank you for helping me through it, and I didn't get super, emotional and cry, so that's good, but close. But anyway, yep. So have a great Thanksgiving. Yep, we'll see you guys Wednesday though, so I'll see you one more time on Thanksgiving Eve before Thanksgiving, so I can wish you a happy Thanksgiving on that particular day. Thanks, Tina. Thanks, everybody. All right, thumbs up before you leave. Yep, hit the like, everybody. Can Iger bring back the castle show? I wish. Yep, I got to get some sleep. You look tired. Yep, Goofy, I definitely do, because it's been a rough couple days. So, yep, I'm sure I actually kind of look horrible. So, probably should not be on the stream right now. But I wanted to have a discussion, and I think we did pretty good with that. So, I appreciate it. So, yep. It's set 9:30 tomorrow Eastern time for the News Nation thing. All right, we'll see you soon, everybody. I got to go. So, yep, we'll see you next time. I know it's like the longest ending to a stream ever, but I just love reading your comments. So I appreciate all you guys so much. And good night, Jen. Good night, everybody. Good night, Kelly. Good night, John Boy. Just kidding. All right. Good night, Vinny. Thanks for saying it's a great discussion. Thanks for all the kind words, guys. We'll see you later. All right, everybody. So for now, have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Bye-bye.